Hello Leafs Nation, I'm Rick Scarborough and you're watching Blue and White Weekly, where we bring you weekly updates of the Leafs and the hockey world at large. Apologies for the delay in releasing this episode to you all. Unfortunately, life happened, but that's not what's important. What's important is we have a brand new week of Maple Leafs hockey to talk about, so let's get into the news. Before we begin, we want to give a massive thank you to the Toronto Blue Jays, who were unfortunately unable to capture the World Series, but gave us all an unforgettable season and playoff run. Next spring can't come soon enough, Jays. And before we get into the games of the week, let's take a look at some news from around the hockey world. It was announced this week that the Dallas Stars will host the 2027 Stadium Series at AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. I see the Central Division still continues to have a stranglehold on the outdoor game market. This past week was Halloween, and NHL players more than took part in the festivities. For more on our spooky skaters, we'll throw it over to our junior intern, Gillsy.
Boo! Happy Halloween, dudes and dudettes. It's your boy Gillsy, and I am back on Blue and White Weekly, where I'm going to be reviewing some of the best Halloween costumes from around the National Hockey League. Start us off here, a couple from the San Jose Sharks. We got Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith going with the classic, the Dumb and Dumber suits. You can't go wrong with that. Those two, they always do a nice one together. Love to see it. Then we got some nightmare fuel from the ex-Leaf himself, our boy Ryan Reeves. Revo kind of, giving some nutty professor vibes. He's supposed to be Stanley from The Office, but I didn't get that. Now, apparently Alex Ovechkin is in this photo, but I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention to him, nor was I looking for him. Jeff Petrie and his family showed out as the cast of the Mighty Ducks. Love to see that one. That's super cute. And Connor Bedard and Frank Nazar went as Thing 6 and Thing 7. The joke's dead, boys. Just let it go. Let it go. All right, that's going to do it for me this time. Happy Halloween once again. Hope you got some candy. Hope you got some tricks. Hope you got some treats. Let's go back to Ricky Boy, see what he's got for the rest of the news.
Thank you very much, Gillsy. And now let's get into the games of the week, including the ones most of us weren't able to watch. Last Tuesday brought us a matchup against the Calgary Flames, a game we actually could watch because it was airing on TSN, and the game even had the decency to start before the Blue Jays game did, so that people at least watched the first period. Goals were traded back and forth all game, including a first career goal from Calgary's Samuel Honzek, but a pair of Matthew Knies tallies boost the Leafs to a 4-3 victory. The following night is not worth talking about. The Leafs genuinely crapped their pants against the Columbus Blue Jackets. I guess Sammy Blais got his first as a Leaf, but no one got to see it. Leafs lose 6-3 to Columbus. We move on now to Saturday night for an actually good game from the Leafs, but once again, I know for a fact you didn't watch this one because it happened at the same time as Game 7 of the World Series. People at this game didn't even watch this game, which is funny because this game was in Philadelphia. A few key things to note from this game: Nick Robertson picked up a goal and an assist playing on the top line with Matthew Knies and Austin Matthews, and Easton Cowan scored his first career NHL goal as the Leafs took this one 5-2. In less fortunate news, however, Chris Tanev was hit by Flyers forward Matvei Michkov on this play and will be stretchered off the ice. Leafs PR has confirmed that he is all right and is back in Toronto, but it could be some time before we see number 8 back on the ice. And that brings us to last night's game, back home against the Pittsburgh Penguins. I have chosen to block the first 2 periods of this game out of my memory, as I'm sure Craig Berube would like to do as well, given his comments post-game. The third kicked off the Leafs down 3-0 and deserving to be in that spot, but a quick breakaway marker from the captain got the ball rolling, followed by a pair of goals from Willie Nylander and a game winner from Bobby McMann, who was listed as a potential healthy scratch at practice the morning of the game. Let this be a lesson to you all: never underestimate the power of Bobbert McMobbert. Looking ahead in the week, the homestand continues as the Leafs square off with the Utah Mammoth on Wednesday before a weekend back-to-back featuring the Boston Bruins on Saturday, followed by the Carolina Hurricanes on Sunday. We'll have all those games for you next week, plus so much more. But for now, thank you very much for watching, Leafs Nation. Be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, go Leafs, go. We'll see you next week.